Hello, I'm OBXToyCat and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about one of my favourite features from TU25, which for me has to be classic crafting. So if you don't know, classic crafting is the system of crafting they use on the PC, where you actually manually put the items in the crafting grid. And in today's video I'm going to be showing you how to activate it, because it is kind of difficult, how to actually use it, and how it is better than console crafting in some ways. Because although it is nice to just be able to go into the crafting table and pick what item you want, there are some things which are actually easier to do with this new crafting system, and it's something I figured was worth talking about so that you can at least be informed. So please do like the video if you do like it. It helps out the channel a lot and lets me know you do like it, and it also lets me know you want to see more TU25 stuff. I'm uploading a bunch of videos to do with it, and if you want to see those, then of course check out the rest of these. But anyway, let's get straight into this video about classic crafting. So the first thing you need to know is how to open it. So to actually turn on classic crafting, because by default if you go to craft grid you're like, how do I do this classic thing? What you need to do is you need to go to help and options, then go to settings, then go to user interface, and here you'll find classic crafting. If you tick this box whenever you go to a crafting table, or whenever you're in your inventory, you'll be able to classic craft. So now you'll see, here's a crafting interface like the PC, and then also you'll see here's a crafting interface. It's pretty cool because it means you can see your inventory and craft at the same time if you do it like this, and if you're doing it in this way, then it's just a less cluttered interface, and it also, it's just, if you like to do it the PC way, then that's pretty cool too. One key point that I will bear in mind before we go into this is that you might want to, if you are a PC player, turn up your sensitivity for the interface, because if you want to do this really fast like you can on PC, you need to have a higher sensitivity so you can just like whip the items down and be done with it. If you want to go slower, make sure you use the D-pad so you don't make mistakes, because it can be awkward to correct things. But anyway, let's show you how classic crafting works. So I'll start off by saying, if you want to craft anything, you just have to know the recipe. So if you know sticks are like this, you do that. If you want to know, for instance, let's do another one. If you want to make an iron pickaxe, you have to be like, okay, so it's 2 sticks, and then I believe it's 3 at the top like this, and then you've got yourself an iron pickaxe. But obviously, the common problem that will come up here is how are you supposed to know what all the crafting recipes are? And without going to the wiki, which most people on consoles can't do, what exactly are you going to do? So basically, if you want to know all the recipes, what you need to do is have classic crafting turned off for a bit and just go through and memorize each of these one by one. I mean, that's kind of a tricky way of doing things, but if you look in the bottom left there, you can see the crafting grid as it should look, and you just have to be able to recreate this with classic crafting. So I can see here this is a chest, it's 8 around the edges, and I can make that, and then I see here that there's a hopper here, which is a chest surrounded by 5 iron ingots. So using that knowledge, remembering that whenever it comes up, I can be like, oh yeah, I know how to craft a hopper. So we go back to classic crafting, and you can be like, oh yes, so it's wood all around the edges like this one. And then we take that, and you can take it straight from there, put it in your thing, and then it's hopper with the stuff surrounded by iron. And I believe I got that right. If I didn't, that's embarrassing. And it's okay, I got it right. That's good. So yeah, that's classic crafting in a nutshell. You just need to remember the recipes from the manual crafting, or you can just remember them if you play PC, and you can do it like that. I think it's cool as an option, but I do say right now that if you are, just new to the game, or you're not that amazing and stuff like that, there's not too much benefit to switching to manual crafting, because it does take longer in a lot of situations. And it requires you to know things, because if you're like, oh, what's a piston recipe? And you just have no idea, you don't want to sit here being like, is it wood like this? No, is it not? Oh, I've made a door by accident. Stuff like that, you don't want to do that. So it's just something worth bearing in mind. So one other point that I want to quickly mention is that there is actually a few situations where it's advantageous to use classic crafting. So if you're in PvP sort of styles and you want to be going as fast as possible, if you want to manually craft a bunch of sticks, let's say, on with using manual crafting, you have to individually press A until you get all that stuff over and over again. It's very awkward, it's very annoying, and it's not the best of systems, but using classic crafting, this is something I figured you might be able to do, and it is confirmed that you can. Basically, what you can do is, if you have a lot of things in the crafting table, instead of having to manually spam down the A button, if you press Y, it automatically crafts all of it until it can't craft anymore into stuff. So now we'll press craft all of that into buttons, and as you can see, it just automatically does it. It's much faster for some things, and it's pretty useful in that way. Also, there are some recipes which on the automatic crafting grid are really awkward to find. An example would be the blue stained clay, stained glass, sorry, if the paint to be honest. So to actually make that, it's kind of awkward, whereas doing this is much, much faster, and it also means, like I said, I can just do a bunch of stacks at once, and it's this easy to just go through and just do it. You can see how fast you can do that if you really want to. And now I've got my 64 glass panes. Whereas if I had the console crafting, or the automatic crafting as I like to call it, if I'd have to go in, I'd have to find the blue stain planes, which are all the way at the end here. Then they're all the way randomly in here, and you have to find the exact right one. It's just not as fast a process. There are some recipes which are fast with this, and if you get really good with it, you can theoretically do pretty much any recipe fast with classic crafting. So yeah, that is pretty cool. I think all in all, automatic crafting is what 90% of people should stick by. If you don't want to learn all this newfangled stuff, if it's just something you're not interested in, I wouldn't worry about it. It's not that big an advantage. But if you do want to learn a new skill, because that's kind of what this is, if you play your PvP, if you're playing with friends a lot, this is a new skill to learn. I think it is a cool new skill that has a few really cool advantages. So, yeah, let's just quickly show off one more then, shall we? If you want to go to the diamond block, you have to go all the way over to here and do that, and then spam down A till you do it. Whereas with the classic crafting, if you can be fast about it, you can just split the block into lots of other blocks. And yeah, so let's see how fast we can do this then, shall we? So, okay, this is the classic crafting equivalent. So you go in there and you're like, oh wait, I messed up. But you can see, if you're really fast with the D-pad, you can actually just do this insanely fast. Look how fast I'm spamming this down. And then you get yourself your diamond block. So depending on exactly what you want to do, that's that. So I think I've gone over all the points I need to go over. I hope you did enjoy the video. I hope it gave you a bit of insight. Because a lot of people are on one camp or the other saying, oh, PC crafting's way better. And some people are like, oh, console crafting's way better. But the truth is, they both have their own advantages and their own drawbacks. And personally, I'll be using classic crafting for a bit. But I might switch back to automatic crafting at some point later. So hope you enjoyed the video. Please do like it if you did like it. Share it if you really liked it. And subscribe if you're new around here. I make videos like this every single day on my channel, and if you subscribe, you'll see them daily on your homepage. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.